What's poppin', y'all? So y'all better be glad that I love y'all because I was really getting ready to go to bed, but I said, you know what? The only video I feel like doing tomorrow and I feel like I could stomach is Real Housewives. So I said, I'm about to do this video while I'm still up. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 12, Martelling It Like It Is. So Marceau and Maurice take their boys out to see 10 acres of land that they bought so that like some of their family can come and build houses on that land and be closer together, you know, as family. They bought that land and they feel like they should utilize it. I totally agree, but not on family. I feel like y'all should definitely build housing developments out there, whatever the case may be, and y'all should like buy those out or lease those out to other type of families because you know your family can't have the tendency to dick you over quicker than you could get your rent money way quicker with a stranger than you can have family sometimes. I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, I totally get what it is that y'all are doing. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, I agree with Kimmi 1,010%, and we're going to get down to that in a minute. So Melody and Destiny go to look at houses. Destiny, you a real estate agent now. Destiny, I'm digging you this season thus far, so I'm not going to give you much. All I'm going to say to you, Destiny, is if you're really doing real estate the way that you say that you're doing, I really want to see more scenes of you doing that, and I want you to be selling to other people than cast members, Craigslist actors, so on and so forth. Like, we'll know if it's real people because their faces will be blurred. That's what I really want to see from you, Destiny. Mel tells her what happened at the house, and Destiny tells her what Martel told her. I'm actually digging Melody this season. Last season, she was getting on my nerves a little bit. This season, I'm really digging Melody Holt. Like, I'm loving her attitude. I'm loving how, excuse me, she's not allowing this situation or Martel and his manipulation to really, you know, pull the wool over her eyes. You know what I'm saying? I really wish she would stop allowing him to come over and get her riled up, but we're going to get to that a little bit later. But I am digging the new Melody, and I am digging the Melody that I'm seeing this season. So, I'm here for you, Melody. I'm here for you. Mel alludes to dating. Is she dating? And if she is dating, do we really care? Myself, no. I feel like she does. For the past 5 years, you've been cheating. Not only was you cheating to have a whole affair with this whore, you had a baby by this whore, you making a family with this whore, you got houses with this whore, you buying this whore cars, clothes, and fashions, and So, you know, is it fair to say Melody could go out here and get her some ping? Yeah, I think it is. Moving on. Melody packs to leave her old house, and her mom comes over. And she tells her about Martel wanting full custody. And her mom feels like that she's playing the middle game with her, and she tells her about the new baby. I totally agree with Mel's mom 1,010%. He's not doing anything but playing a real mental game, and we're going to break it down later on. But I'm really glad that Melody's finally, you know what I'm saying, after all of these years, businesses and TV show for kids, she finally decided to see who she was. Not that she didn't already see it, because like I said before, the Tina came out that he was already dating one of her line sisters, and she wanted him, so she already knew what Martel was about. This ain't new to her. I just think what it was she thought it won't gonna never happen to her, simply because that they was married. But a leopard is never gonna change their spots. I really wish you foolish ass women would stop feeling like because somebody marries you, that means that, oh, okay, now he'll never cheat on me again. So many dumb women that made that foolish mistake, and then they end up like Melody. Marriage never makes a bad relationship better. Marriage never makes a cheating relationship monogamous. It does not happen that way, and it doesn't go down like that. Because at the end of the day, marriage ain't nothing but a ring and a piece of paper. It really isn't. Moving on. So Martel wants to work on the project, and he wants Marceau to be on it, child. And his broker Chris tells him that because of his personal life, the redevelopment company has given it second thoughts, and he's not going to be the face of the company. And everybody feels like he messed that up. Martel says that he doesn't care about whether he's on the face on it or not. He really wants to do it. I guess so, Martel. Chris says that he thinks that it's bullshit to try to take the kids away from Melody. Martel says that what he did was provoked. There was a lot of things that he wasn't getting in a marriage. Yeah, he was cheating, but he always came home. I'm going to tell you something. The way that his broker was sitting there looking at him, like he was really looking at him like, wow, dude, like you really making us look really horrible up here as a unit on this damn TV. Like you could tell he was sitting there looking like, Carlos, girl, I ain't signed up for this type of embarrassment. Ooh, I'm gonna save it for Martel. But Martel, this is exactly what you get. This is what you get. Your reputation is everything, and you should guard it with your life. That's the 48 Laws of Power. I was made to read that book up in college. I'm not understanding why. Well, you are a little bit older than me. Maybe it won't out yet when it came out. But when the bitch came out, your ass should have read it. Moving on. So Marceau and LaTisha down to the office. LaTisha tells Marceau about Kimmi. Wait a minute. I skipped the whole session. I'm glad I brought that up. LaTisha goes to see Kimmi. I skipped that. First of all, Kimmy's white coat confessional, everything, live. Kimmi admits that Maurice is a lot like Marceau when it comes to the roles of the marriage. And I saw a lot of reviewers last season, and a lot of them felt like Maurice was a lot like him when it came to that. Myself, personally, I admit it. I didn't think that. Now that Kimmi confirmed it, and I don't do this often, but I'm going to have to backpedal and coochie pop in the handstand. Like, I've been stand corrected. Everybody else was right. I was wrong. Y'all got it. Kimmi says that she likes her damn house, and she don't want to be no more closer to the Scotts than Mel and Tail do. And I don't blame her. Like, at the end of the day, I'm like that with my family. Like, I love to be able to come and go. I'm glad that I could see you, but when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And when I'm ready to go, I don't mean just walking out of my house or going directly across the street. Excuse me. While I get it, I understand it. It's 10 acres. Y'all bought it, and y'all want to do something with it and keep it in the family to, pass down to generation. I totally get all of that. But I'm sorry. I'm with Kimmi. She don't want to move, and it can't nobody make her move. And if I was her, I wouldn't want to move either. She talks about Martel popping up, and then LaTisha says that Mel is a mean girl, and that's why she's not interested in talking to her. And she wants to make sure that Kimmi is 10 toes down with her when it comes to Melody. LaTisha, this is the same little girl shit that you did last season that really pissed me off, and I really was hoping that we was past that. But I guess not. I guess since you got sent back, since COVID sent you back down to the Stone Ages, you went back there mentality and all. I'm not understanding what your definition of loyalty is when it comes to Kimmi. So Kimmy's not supposed to tell you when you're wrong and when you did too much, or when the both of you are wrong in the situation, and she's not taking sides, but she's not throwing her away either. Like, it seems like loyalty to you is, I'm not dealing with her, so you don't need to deal with her either. Bitch, I'm grown. And at the end of the day, Mel didn't do shit to me. So I'm not going to sit up and throw Mel away simply because y'all got into it. You grown and you wipe your pussy the same way I do when we finish peeing. So that's what kills me about LaTisha. It's like, why do you need a man corner in your background? Just be a woman. Stand up in this shit on your own. You have the issue with Mel. Kimmi ain't got no issue with her. And she shouldn't have to force to have one with her simply because you do. I'm not there with that weak girl shit. That pissed me off. And I'm glad that Kimmi stood her damn ground with that, because that really pissed me off. Now we can get back to what I was talking about at first. So Marceau And LaTisha was down to the office, and LaTisha tells Marcel about Kimmi not wanting to move. Like I said, I'm all down for that. I wouldn't want to move either. LaTisha feels like Kimmi still doesn't fully understand how she feels. And again, LaTisha, what more understanding do you need, sis? I'm confused. I'm confused. They're still friends, but yet she's still coming to see you. Y'all still kikiing and lollygagging as best as y'all can because of Miss C19. Y'all still communicate. She still invites you to stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not understanding what are you looking for at this point? What are you looking for? Anyway, messy ass Wanda comes over and then gets into this whole diatribe about Mel and what she got going on with Martel and the baby and just going on and on and on and on and on, like on and on to the point where Martel had to call her out on her tomfoolery and her bumfoolery. He's sitting up here like, how can you sit up here and call Martel all kind of trash when you're doing the same thing? You're still married. You having sex with other men. You ain't got no divorce yet. So you can't sit up here and lay the hammer down on him. Listen, Miss Wanda, here's what I really want you to do. I really want you to hush. For real. I really want you to hush.
Hush! You talk too much. Homegirl, you never shut up. Goddamn!
Like, you just do too much. You do way too much. But you know what? As much as I want to go in and I have on Mama Messy Wanda, listen. If we gonna get mad at anybody for what Mama Wanda is doing, get mad at Carlos King, because Carlos King is the one that's giving her the script and the outlet to do this stupid ass shit that she doing. And that's just the way I feel. And I ain't trying to throw you under the bus, Carlos King, because I like you, sis. But you know, I'm just saying you are notoriously known for doing shit like that. Moving on. Jesus Christ. So Maurice and Kimmi meet down to the new office. Maurice, you going way over budget trying to be better than Marcel. And I was with Kimmi. Kimmi like, listen, you spending way too much goddamn money, okay? It is not that damn deep. All right? Just pick what you need. Make sure it's in budget. Make sure it's reasonable. You can still ball on a budget. For real, for real. So Maurice talks about Scott Manor and Kimmi stands her ground about not wanting to move. And I had to agree. None of y'all are going to bully me into this. My mind is made up. I'm not moving down there. I love my house. I love where I'm at. And if I should decide that I want to move, it won't be nowhere around Scott Manor. I don't want to be around your ugly ass family in that close proximity. I was here for it. So Kimmi is frustrated about LaTisha still questioning her loyalty. And I would be frustrated too. Because at the end of the day, I'm still confused as to what it is that LaTisha really wants from Kimmi that she hasn't been getting. Because I feel like Kimmi has done a really great job finding a happy medium between her and LaTisha. Between her and Melody. She did. She did. She went through that phase when she tried to get them together. When they both got her together about doing that, she stopped. She wiped her hands clean. And now she's out of it. I don't know what more LaTisha wants. Then they get into this thing about Jaden working. And again, I agree with Kimmi 1010%. Listen, bitch, everybody working jobs that we don't like. We've all been there. We've been there, done it, fucked around until we found ourselves a better job. And I'm with her. What he's not going to do is lay around and sit around and count the days until he decides that he wants to do what he really wants to do while we sitting up getting out here working every day and he's living a good life. I'm with her on that. Kimmi had to work hard when she had her son. She's teaching her son good work ethics. Actually, Kimmi needs to start an Each One Teach One program, and I feel like Marie need to be the first one in there with her and her damn son. That's how you do it. Moving on. So Melody down to her new house with the kids. Martel pops up and this whole argument ensues, and that was the end of the episode. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be completely real with you. Martel is the most dangerous man that any woman could be with. Or a man to let the streets tell it. Because when I say that, you know, this shit is a Oxygen or a Lifetime movie network or a ID or 2020 or on the case with Paula Zahn, or on the case with Tamara Hall or something like that. I really mean that when it comes to Martel, because Martel is such a manipulative asshole. Well, he will really break a woman down to the point where she probably felt like she has no other recourse but to take his ass out. Nigga, it's either gonna be me or you, and at this point, I choose me. I'm not understanding why you had to feel the need to pop up over there. I'm not understanding why you felt the need to constantly try to blame Mel for like, and like, my whole thing to Martel is this. You obviously don't want her. You made that perfectly clear when you ran out and made a whole nother family with a whole nother woman. Why are you putting her through this? And I'm not understanding why a lot of people do that. They clearly don't want somebody, but they keep lingering around, making their lives a living hell. And I'm not understanding why. Why? When you could just end it and be done with it. You want to sit up here and say that your biggest issue is about the kids, how she has 3 weeks and you only got 2. You want more weeks. But yet you sitting up complaining to your mama about how you have to get a nanny because you're missing out on this and you're missing out on that. And you can't do this and you can't do that. So it's like, I would feel as though Mel is actually doing you a damn favor. Since you're so busy, you don't have to worry about getting no nanny. You can only get them for 2 weeks. Surely you can take 2 weeks to work and be with your damn kids. Like you wasn't thinking about your kids when you was kikiing the Fulalan and playing around with Arian Curry. You wasn't. You wasn't thinking about your kids when you was going out playing around with the other countless of women. You wasn't thinking about that then, so don't make that a priority now, nigga. And there's no judge in their right mind that'll look at you and your lifestyle and think that you will ever be fit or qualified to see over kids 24/7, 365. And the fact that you even think that highly of yourself proves why you're the most dangerous type of person to be around. And Arian Curry, you went through all of this for that. Like, you clearly see him for you, baby. Mel was you back in Alabama A&M. She was you. And so many other countless women were you. Melody had laid a whole roadmap about who Martel really is. And you still, y'all want to bring a baby into the shit? I mean, look, girl, look. Y'all, that's the episode. That's all I got. I ain't got no more to give you. I feel my blood pressure raising. And before Martel gets my goat, I'm about to go on ahead and do what Mel should have done. Mel, let me talk about that shit too. Mel, you already know how he is. I'm so sick and tired of you engaging back and forth with that man. I really would have loved it had you just gathered your kids, picked up the chalk and the toys while he doing all of the rah, and you picking up your toys, you muted, you ain't got nothing to say. I really wish you would have just walked in your house. He can't come in your house. He can't come in your house. He ain't got no reason to. He shouldn't even be there. Like, I really want you to stop letting Martel get your goat. Stop engaging with him. If you really want to get to him, pay his ass dust. I'm gone. Bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.